bad, y'all. Hey, sometimes you got to double up. Sometimes you got to double up on that thing.
And the intro had to play twice because it's twice as nice. Type
Hey,
thing.
the intro was so fire, bro. You had to run it back twice, man. We gotta scrimp and scramble out here, JC.
I like it when we do it like that, Daddy.
We gotta scrimp and scramble out here, JC.
Hey, man.
I ain't got nothing to do with this.
Hey, we gonna get it right for you, dog. Yeah, I mean, we gonna get it right for you. Hey, Breeze Nation, what's good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the squad in the building. Yeah. As always, man, we got the pettiest man alive, Mr. P Kid, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC. And is that Ringo J down there in the corner? Stefan Adon back in the building, the man formerly known as, we got a lot to get into on today's show, Colston Loveland and Caleb Williams seem like they may be a very dangerous combination if all goes as planned based on these first 2 days of Colston that we have seen. Luther Burden is back. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing like a Luther Burden sighting in the building. The O-line dominating the D-line. I have never said that since the Windy City Breeze has been a channel, and that is what we saw today. And we got to talk about Brisker's goal for this season. All that more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. I need Birdons in the chat right now. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us as always. I need Birdon. Boys, what's going on? How y'all feeling, man?
Hey, man,
you know you rocking that soccer jersey.
Oh yeah, big White Sox, baby, big Sox.
Hey,
listen.
Shout out to the Sox.
Hey, listen. I told my boy Ken. I said the White Sox getting 1 game in this series is the equivalent of Illinois beating Michigan. It shouldn't have happened.
Shouldn't have.
But it did.
Okay.
And
we was competitive, baby. Hey, we was competitive, baby. Hey, Ringo.
I mean, they got one.
Hey, Ringo, stop playing, Ringo. That Sunday game had that sphincter sweating. That Sunday game had that sphincter sweating.
I knew you was going to come up with all type of excuses. I knew it.
You know I love it. Hey, man. Let's jump right into the show, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us. If you haven't done so, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Caleb Williams and Colston Loveland seems to be a duo that is going to get a lot of run as we've gotten through the first 2 days here of Chicago Bears camp with Colston Loveland back. We're on day 5, but the first 2 with Colston Loveland here Saturday and now today. It seems like this is a duo that is going to get a lot of run. The quarterback tight end combination has been one that has been heavily utilized here. And boys, I'm not going to lie to you now, JC, right? Now keep all the tingles together here.
Come on now.
Sounds like, and it seems like based on looking at the system, the plan here is for Ben Johnson to try and create another Brady Gronk type system, another Mahomes Kelce type system where you're getting that heavy utilization out of the tight end. Now, that tight end could be Colston Loveland. That tight end could be Cole Kmet. And we saw some really, really good things from the offense today that I thought really stood out to me. I talked about it in the video that we did earlier, but when you see Cole Kmet lining up kind of in that fullback position in the backfield as a lead blocker where DJ Moore is getting a handoff run, and then on that next play, right, you see Colston Loveland. Colston Loveland was in some of those plays as well. But on that next play that they run, you see that same formation, but both of them run out for routes, trying to make catches on the play. Now you got Cole Kmet in the flat for a nice catch because, oh, this dude is just a fullback. Wait a minute, he's not blocking. Now I got to cover him real quick because we lost him on that. How Ben Johnson is looking to utilize the tight ends in this offense, I don't know if it is going to be the Patriot way, but I'll tell you what, there's a lot of things up there that are looking like the Patriot way that do have me a little bit excited right now.
I think confusion is the key here. Like, you setting up a couple of plays that look the same but are completely different in execution. And I mean, rarely have I ever seen Cole Kmet in the backfield, leading as a blocker and then, being used as a wideout the next play. And that's the special that's the excitement that we have here. We got 2 tight ends that have the ability to do so many things, multiple things. I mean, I love how Colston Loveland has stood out the last 2 days in camp. Everybody's saying that he's catching everything, has great hands. Obviously, that's what was expected. And so he's kind of, getting off the ground running. It's going to be exciting. This is why we say that with all the types of defenses that we're going to be facing this year, a lot of it's going to be very challenging. We got some top defenses we're going up against in the season. That's not even an understatement. But how we execute, how everybody, and again, we're talking about attention to detail. That's the most important thing with this training camp, to start, is everybody executing the details and looking at the finer points. If they do all those things, this offense can continue to be special because, again, I think we're going to have a lot of defenses kind of off kilter with all the types of schemes and plays that Ben Johnson is going to be running.
I also look at the physical specimen that Colston is. I mean, he's 6'5", 6'6", 250.
Yeah.
It's a big dude, right?
He's all of 6'6". He's just a little bit under Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
You even think about that tandem period. You look at what Ben Johnson had in Detroit. Sam Laporta got a lot of takes. I think he was a Pro Bowler last season as well. And so you look at the amount of yards, the touchdowns he's accumulated over the last 2 seasons. That tight end position gets a lot of love and a lot of use within this offense, or at least that style of offense he implemented there. And maybe we see some remnants of that in Chicago. So I think he just has more to work with from that perspective. Not saying that anyone's going to be better than Laporta. I mean, he's a Pro Bowler, kind of pretty much a stud.
Laporta's
a stud. He's a good guy right there,
Well,
right?
he's a stud.
It's a good name.
He's a stud.
But
We can call him a stud.
He's a stud. I can call him
he's
a
a
stud.
stud.
But at the same time, it's like, hey, you have Costa, you got Loveland there, young guy, still coming, huge stature. Definitely could go get the ball. You got Cole Kmet, still young. He's like 2 years older than Laporta. But again, you look at from the stature, they're both taller and bigger. And I would say Colston, at least at the very least, Colston is just as fast as Laporta. That type of, to have that type of skill set, a type of ability that he can actually use in this offense, I'm pretty excited because, again, like you mentioned, the ability to cause distraction and confusion for the defense. How many people have 2 6'6", 6'5" targets that they can actually go to in those particular sets? It is not. I think that's the tallest duo for tight ends in the league.
That aren't wide receivers. Yeah, exactly.
Two pass catching guys, probably.
Because
Gronk and Aaron, right?
Well, we talk
we
about
talking
right
about currently.
Now. We talk about right now.
We're talking about currently.
I would say Kelce and what's Nick's last name? Why am I Nick Gray, right?
Oh yeah.
Nick
No,
Gray,
not Nick.
both
Not
6'7".
Nick. Not Nick. Noah
Gray. My bad. Noah Gray.
Noah.
They both about 6'7", and both of them get utilized in that. Oh no, we tweaking actually. Isaiah Likely and
Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, even that, I mean, Likely has some nice
conversation
moments.
though.
But that's still, again, if you're comparative to that, it's a great lineup right there. I mean, I forget, Andrews was one drop pass away from going to from being the reason they could make it. Yeah,
Hey, man.
that was a bad drop.
That was a bad drop.
That was a bad
That was an all-time bad
That
drop.
was a bad drop. That was an all-time
That's
bad.
a bad drop.
Yeah,
But even still, legendary guy. So I'm looking forward to what Ben could do with it.
Ringo, you were the victim of that 12 personnel between Aaron Hernandez, who was just killing it on the field, and Rob Gronkowski.
Hey, last time I checked, Eli beat those guys, but
they did beat those guys. But what is it like? When you have to. I mean, you've seen it up close with being a Giants fan, which is still weird. Why he's on the show? He's our boy. That's why he's on the show.
Wow.
What do you think?
I'm neutral.
What do you think? You're definitely not neutral. What do you think that brings to an offense?
It just brings the diversity. I mean, if you look at the season that Cole had last year, you see what he did, and then I was just looking at Colston Loveland stats. I mean, even last year, you talk about dude had 117 receptions, for almost 1,500 yards, double-digit touchdowns. Year before that, 56 receptions. This dude is pretty much. Even I would go as far to say between him and Cole, I'd probably say he's the better route runner.
Oh, for sure.
Which is something that I brought up and the scouts brought up in the middle of the draft. This dude does literally nothing but catch. He has probably one of I'd say the shortest hands out of maybe all the tight ends in the draft this year. So he's just gonna bring that diversity. And if you talk about who we're going to talk about later and bringing Luther Burton back, if they can get those guys in the mix, and now you talk about that, that's really dangerous. By having both of those guys, those 6'4", 6'5" targets, especially in the middle, in the midfield, or down there in the red zone, they're going to be unstoppable.
It's funny, right? Because like watching today and how things were set up that Ben Johnson was utilizing, and kind of how camp has gone. When you look at a guy like Colston Loveland, when you look at Olamide Zaccheaus, who has really been in the position that Luther Burden is going to be in, there's been so many balls thrown their way. Like it has been the focal point of this offense, if we're being 100% honest, where those are the two positions, tight end and that slot receiver, that have gotten the most love here. DJ Moore has kind of been utilized in a multitude of ways. DJ Moore might be in a Debo Samuel role this year. And I don't know if I hate that. I don't know if I love it either. I don't think he's a running back. I think he has that capability, but I don't know if I love that utilization of him at the running back position. I'm sure he probably doesn't love that utilization of himself at the running back position, but I do think
I don't hate it.
The how he can be used in so many different ways, right? Like that is where he's going to stand out. Rome has probably had the best camp out of anybody. Rome's hit the ground running immediately. It has taken no time for Rome Odunze to get himself going. But to one thing, the thing for me that I look at with this Bears offense, and that has stood out over the last couple of days since Colston has been back, is those spots where Ben Johnson went out and drafted his playmakers. It seems like those are the spots that are really standing out in this offense. Colston Loveland, I think he caught 3 balls in the 7-on-7 drill today, and one of them was a go up and get it, just go be big type of pass. Olamide Zaccheaus, who's in that Luther Burden spot right now, was a safety blanket for Caleb the entire day. There was a ton of underneath passes to the point where I was like, maybe this is something that they're working on today, because Caleb keeps throwing it underneath. But what the Bears have been doing defensively, or I guess offensively as well as a team, is they've been doing this simulated pressure, trying to get Caleb to go through his reads faster and realize, hey, you got to get down to the next read in this offense quicker. You got to get to your check down quicker. And a lot of times that check down is Olamide Zaccheaus, which could be Luther Burden in the long run. And those are the routes that, hey, I threw it to my check down real quick. The big draw for Luther Burden is the yards after the catch. If I just get the ball in his hands, can he go out there and become just a pure athlete? We know he can. And I think that's why when you see how Ben's running this offense, like, it does get me excited seeing the connection that Caleb has with those two positions right now.
Yeah, and I was gonna say too, even with what you just said, there seems to be, he's definitely trying that, still that Detroit style in a way where it's like, okay, if we look at Jared Goff for just a second, Jared Goff, I'm gonna take these check downs. I'm gonna take this to Sam Laporta. I'm gonna give it to Brock Wright. I'm going to give it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Even if it doesn't break big, because then later on, that's when you get to free up okay, we got Jameson Williams over the top. Okay, we got this person over the top. Oh, we got Tim Patrick over the top. So you could see now that he's literally telling him, like, hey, if you get this right now, all that stuff to Rome Odunze, because I like you said, Rome has hit the ground running. All that stuff to Rome Odunze, later on down the line, all that stuff is going to be there. You have the ability to eat within this offense. I'm just showing you how to set the table right now.
That's a bar right there. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was a bar.
You mentioned,
I'm showing you how to set the table. That's a bar. Welcome back, Ringo.
Ringo, Raging Ringo, baby.
Raging Ringo. Wait a minute. When did we start calling him that?
We was doing Raging Ringo back in the day at the old studio. We was just trying to give him his own corner. It's Raging Ringo.
It was Ringo's Red Hot Takes.
Was it Ringo's Red Hot?
Raging Ringo sounds like he's in the Epstein files. Calm down.
Yeah.
No, what I'm going to say is, I think, Jesus, I don't know how to transition from that.
There you go.
I was going to say that DJ Moore, you mentioned him possibly being kind of like the Debo Samuel in this offense. I could see a path to that, because even when Debo Samuel was at his peak, had his peak powers, the 49ers had all these other weapons. You had obviously Christian McCaffrey, you had Brandon Ayuk that was still kind of doing his thing. You obviously had George Kittle, who had a really good season that year too. But my thing is I think that's the blueprint that you have here. You have a number of tight ends, you have a number of receivers, you got depth at receivers, and you talk about Olamide and even Devin Duvernay. You got running backs that, they ain't Christian McCaffrey, but I mean, combined, you could possibly see them doing some things because now you have a better O-line. So I could see that being the case with DJ Moore. DJ Moore being one of the better yak monsters when it comes to wide receiver position. So you give him that opportunity to be a hybrid running back, or give him some passes along the middle of the field, or rather some short passes on the line. Yeah. And so I would see a path to where that actually could be successful.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's hilarious that you went through all of them positions. Like, you got these tight ends, man. Got these receivers, man. And then it was like Cheeseburger Eddie in Longest Yard. He was like, you got these running backs. I just got running backs, man. Go ahead, kid. What you gonna say?
The one thing and I'm not gonna make it seem as if I'm an expert on Luther Bird and everything like that. Yeah. Right? Didn't watch a lot of him before. He hit our radar as far as being drafted by the Bears.
He was at Mizzou.
You said what?
He was at Mizzou. Wasn't a ton of reasons.
Mizzou.
Once the QB went down, it was like, oh, there's not a ton of reasons to watch Mizzou this year.
Yeah.
But I would say this, and the chat can correct me, you all can correct me. When I look at what he did in college and how he was utilized and really how he maximized opportunities, I look at the total production he was able to get, like as far as touchdowns per season, and whether he got a lot of attempts or little attempts, he was still productive from the fact that he touched paint. And so at that point, it's like, hey, if his skill set and his strength is to play in that position where he's going to be that check down, then I think this is one of those ways where we can say competent coaching is putting college players or young players in positions in which they can showcase their strengths while also learning the game, because that seems to be, from what I can see briefly, what he did in college and how he was utilized in some position and things of that nature. All that gives me the confidence is that, hey, not only can he be a huge addition, but honestly, it just goes back to coaching, putting people in a position where they can be utilized best. So that goes to the comments that you mentioned about DJ Moore, whether he gets used in a Debo role or not, we can see based off of his career so far, he's been with a lot of subpar quarterbacks, or he's been in bad situations and he's made the most of them.
Yeah,
very much like, and it's been like, hey, yards after the catch, a lot of yak, short yards that he's maximized on. So utilizing him in those roles because he's actually shown that he can do that. Again, goes back to competent coaching, putting people in a position where, hey, this seems to be where you excel. Let's run with it. Rome is doing exactly what I expected him to do, but that's exactly what he did in college. So it's, again, putting people in a position where they can actually show what they can do while still learning the game in a new system. And so I know we started with Luther, but it kind of went full circle.
Yeah.
I just like the fact that it seems as if everyone is being put in a position where they can be impactful, still develop, still learn the game, but hopefully still win games too.
Yeah.
And I think, I was just gonna add to that, right? Like, to me, this is the development piece of what Ben Johnson mentioned. Like, Rome has been hitting the ground running. There's things that he's wanted Caleb to work on. They're starting to install that. Even with what JC said earlier about mentioning those other guys from other teams. I even going back to San Fran, the thing that I said, even when the schedule came out, like, San Fran, to me, even if you look at like everything they lost, Jaquan Jennings and Ricky Pearsall, like, they're really good.
Yeah,
they're really good. They were just behind Debo and Brandon Ayuk. So, like, look out for that. But that was also the development. Like, even then, like, me and Pat was going back and forth about the whole Christian McCaffrey thing. They bring in the running back. No, it wasn't that nuts. It wasn't that nuts.
That was nuts.
They still bring in a running back, Jordan Mason. You look at what he did. They're printing guys. And now they got Isaac Garendo. It's literally all about the development. So now you see, like, Ben Johnson's, hey, I'm putting these pieces in place. The enemy. I be seeing the videos that Pat take, bro.
Bro,
He
Bieniemy
is-
in the
he's-
background of
I
every
love it.
video. It do not
Yeah,
matter.
he's not
You
letting
can hear his
up.
voice a
He's
mile
not letting
away.
up on those guys. So that's something that you want to see. These are good problems to have.
Fam, I ain't gonna lie to you. Eric Bieniemy is the loudest person in the room
Hey, let him
at
know.
any time. Like, bro,
Let-
hey, he yelled at, I don't know who he was yelling at today, but it was the funniest thing ever because, like, when you saw the running backs was going through their drills, and DJ was in the drills today. That was one of the first things we noticed. And I don't know if he was yelling at one of the other backs or if he was yelling at DJ because it was his turn to go. And he literally was like, I don't know if somebody said, hey, you know, you should do this or you should make this move or whatever it was. But he literally just went, hey, I got this. You ain't coaching. I got a plan for him. I know what I want him to do. You sit over there, run the drill. I'm like, what's happening? What are we
I
doing
love
right
that.
now? Yeah, I mean,
I love that.
no,
Good Lord.
Eric Bieniemy is hilarious, and he is always hilarious. When that mug made that cut, I think Swift made a cut. He's like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
cracking up, bro.
My favorite part is he always do hip every time he got them going hip. Like this dude got noises
Hey,
for days.
that's my favorite guy to watch at practice
Ridiculous.
all times, bro.
But I got a question for you real quick,
go
Pat,
ahead.
because based off Luther Burden real quick, because I know this is his first day actually getting a little practice in. I know looking at the notes that I have here, it says that he didn't have any lingering issues. It seems like he was up to speed. Did you get actual direct eyes on him at all anytime today?
Yeah, he ended up coming back today. He was only in half speed drills. He didn't participate in any of the one-on-ones, any of the individuals. He didn't participate in 11-on-11 or 7-on-7. But the one thing that really stood out about him today was, and this is when you can tell when people are in their playbook or not. Caleb Williams in the huddle, calls the play, break, runs right to his spot. And this is not it's Luther's first day, so I'm a mask it. That's not who Ben Johnson is. So if Luther's in the wrong spot, guess what? We would have known Luther was in the wrong spot. They probably went through 7, 8 different plays. Each time that the first team offense was out there, Luther was always out there with the first team offense. And Luther, right to the spot, right to the spot, right to the spot, right to the spot. He understands the playbook. He knows the playbook. Now he's got to get out there and make the plays. But I think we could be in another similar situation, kind of like Colston Loveland. Colston Loveland knows the playbook, or at least where he should be right now. I guess I should say it like that. I'm not saying they know the whole playbook. They're only on install 5 of 12 on the playbook right now. I'm assuming today was 5. But it's one of those things where if you have the talent, if you are that guy, which we think Luther Burden is, which we better know that Colston Loveland is, it's just about you figuring out the playbook and knowing where to be. Those guys know where to be. Caleb delivers the football on time. I think you're going to see a lot of fun out of them. And just seeing Luther Burden get back on the field is great to see because we know how hamstring injuries can be, bro. Like, that could be something that, to be honest with you, it still could be. Those are things that linger all seasons. Like, I think, who was it? And now this is NBA very different. Well, no, even NFL last year. Justin Jefferson never was healthy. Justin Jefferson had that hammy all year just about. And it was always something that hindered him. Hey, didn't DeAndre Hopkins have a hammy too? Wasn't that why he was missing last year? Early on in Tennessee, or did he have something else?
Nah, he just had Tennessee.
Did he have something else? Yeah, Tennessee.
This man said
that caused an injury.
That was the injury.
Hey,
The
Tennessee
A
Tennessee.
good
caused an
name that
injury.
the
I ain't
chat
gonna stunt
mentioned
with you.
is Mike Evans is always hobbling.
Yeah,
so.
I see Gucci Finesse with the comment. Mike Evans. Yeah, Mike Evans has had
Mike
hamstrings
Evans is
almost
Nah,
every year.
Mike Evans different.
Mike Evans stay with a hamstring. I ain't gonna lie to you. He don't start a season without a hammy. He'd be like, let me pull this thing real quick so I can go put up 1,400 on y'all.
But you know what I'm most impressed by with the whole Luther Burden aspect is there was this small rumor or a little bit of noise coming out of college that maybe his work ethic wasn't on par, that he has all the talent in the world, but maybe he's not the best in the locker room, or that, he's not good at, really honing in on his craft. The fact that you're sitting here and saying that on day one, he knows where to line up and that he's controlling what he can control. So when you're out and you're hurt, you're clearly not able to practice, but what you can do is get in that book.
Yeah.
You can commit what did Caleb say? Commit, at least an hour a day to trying to get in the book, to understand the playbook and to understand the scheme. Like, we see that maybe that's exactly what he's doing. He's vocal in the meetings, from what we heard, that he's involved in the meetings. And so it's really impressive to see that, because sometimes when you have a guy that's uber talented, you see he's athletic, got the speed, they can be very cocky coming into the league, and they think, oh, I'm gonna just live off of this. I don't have to really put in the work. We've seen players like that in all sports, and it's good to see that Luther is actually putting in the actual work.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
I always get a little leery of those type of reports because they act like people can't change. Even if that was true, even if it was true, people, when presented with the right opportunity, can and will change if they want it. Right. So it's like, hey, he's on a professional team. It's a professional program. He knows he was injured or labored, whatever. He has to get in the book and do the work. It's just like, hey, let's see how it plays out. You can't. There's been reports of people who were gym rats, didn't work out in the league, whether it was NFL or the NBA. Happens both sides. No one ever talks about that.
Hey, I'll tell you this, 100%. I can 100% say, because I've seen it as well. Velus Jones was back there working on catching that football.
Man,
he was working. You want to know who a great example of it is? Mitch was the first dude in, last dude out. Always was. Never wasn't. And all of his teammates say that. He's the first dude in the locker room. He really wanted to be great. He put in the work. It's the NFL. Sometimes you're not talented enough.
Matt Nagy.
Man,
that also, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's insane to me. That's the wildest thing in the world. Matt Nagy was like, "Oh, you want to get better? Hey, figure that shit out, man. I'm out of here. I got a vacation." Matt Nagy said, I ain't gonna let you.
I catch you trying to be something.
Mitch, did I catch you trying to be something?
Beat you. Didn't he always say beat you?
You trying to tell me you got hard workers on the team? I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out of here, man. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page if you have not done so. We are, by the way, hold on, give it a sec. Over 100 in the chat. 100. Over 200 in the chat. 200. 243 in the building, 42 likes on the video, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Roddy B with a super chat. We got a new program. We still working some things out, so I can't get the chats on the screen right now. They will be back hopefully tomorrow. I'm still going. I got to play around with some new things, but we're trying to up the quality of the show. Who y'all think will be? We got to work on this grammar, Roddy B. Who y'all think will be the best Bears rookie? I think there's going to be well, let me say this.
That's a good one.
Well, let me say this. Value-wise, I believe Colston Loveland will be the Bears rookie we talk about the most. I believe Ozzie Trapillo may be the most impactful
there you go.
Bears rookie. And that goes perfectly into the conversation of the O-line beating the D-line.
That dude you got? Is a huge human being.
It's a big boy.
He's taller than everybody, bro.
Bro.
That dude is freakishly tall.
Bro, I wonder if they got a picture of this. Like,
Did you see the video I sent you?
Yes.
I did.
He's a massive human being.
I thought the first dude was massive. I'm like, hey, listen, I would never catch myself trying to fight that guy. He won. Hands down.
Here's the funniest thing in the world, right? I remember last year seeing Darnell Wright just go past, and you just go, what the? And now I see Darnell Wright go past, and I'm still like, what the? And then like you see Ozzie Trapillo walk the other way, you be like, wait a minute, what the? Like Ozzie is bigger than Darnell Wright.
I want to know where I went wrong in life that I just couldn't get a little bit of that height. I just wanted to be where can I be 6'4", 6'5"?
Isn't it always based off your parents' height or your genetics? When it
I'm the shortest guy on my father's side of the family. Everybody on that side is like 6'2".
Yeah, that sounds like a personal problem.
Shut up.
Hey, listen. At least it's like that side of the family. My dad is legitimately 6'6", 6'7".
Your dad is though.
If he wasn't, he's probably shrunken to 6'5" at this point. Because of just getting older and breaking down. Yeah. But my dad is huge. I thought I was going to the league. I was rim grazing junior year. I'm like, I got it, baby. I'm finna hit this last growth spurt. It's finna be dangerous out here.
Never happened.
Yeah, it never happened. Never happened. Yeah, I lost. They never lost. I lost. I'm trying to pull this picture up, bro, because I really want to emphasize. I can't find what the heck did I just save this to? Hold on.
Why you talk about that? Like, that's your pick. Why you get that? I think Kyle is actually going to be, like you said, for value.
Okay, can y'all see
I
this?
love Monanga.
Can y'all see this?
Yeah, him sitting down.
Hold on.
Oh,
Look at these mitts. That's Drew Dahlman.
Okay,
Bro, today's the first time I noticed this. His hands are massive. This is, bro, he looked like Wreck-It Ralph at the podium today, bro. Look at the pen in his hand.
Oh yeah,
Wreck-It Ralph.
He looked like Wreck-It Ralph at the podium today. I literally was just sitting there like, I've never seen somebody with hands this big. This man is going to maul people, and that's why he can hold Andrew Billings basically by a left gut. You know what I mean? Like that's how he was holding him up in that picture. I got to talk about the O-line beating the D-line today. I mean, today was a great day for the offensive line. If you're a fan of the offensive line, I think it was. As far as the left tackle conversation goes, I think that's the part that most people care the most about. Hit that like button if you believe that. I think that's the competition everybody's most focused in on, right? I saw something today that we haven't seen, at least since we've been doing left tackle competitions, and we do a lot of left tackle competitions here. Every single left tackle got a rep with the first team offense today. They are accelerating this process. Every single left tackle got a rep in 11-on-11 with the first team offense. Braxton Jones, Ozzie Trapillo, and Karan Amagaji. Now, I would say today I felt like Braxton and Ozzie were a little bit ahead of Karan. When you watch them in one-on-ones, it looked like Karan kind of was getting pushed back a little bit more. Even my favorite play today from practice, and I talked about this in the video I did from Hallis. My favorite play today from practice was a play where Karan was out there, and it's a Jaquan Brisker breakup. But it was one of those where Caleb drops back. Karan's kind of getting pushed back into him. He's holding his own, but he's going the wrong direction, right? A very Braxton Jones kind of move. Caleb steps up, realizes nothing's there, escapes the pocket, does one of them like wild signer. He's running left. He's throwing with his right arm over here. One of them wild passes that we know he can do. And it was a pass where it was like just out of reach to where Jaquan was at. And I know Jaquan wanted to get that. Caleb did put that in a spot where it was going to be incredibly difficult for him to get, where it was going to be, an Olamide Zacchaeus play. If Olamide steps up on that, he may even make contact with Brisker. Maybe he does it in a real game. Don't want to do that in this moment in the game or in practice. But Brisker knocks it away. That was the best play of the day as far as the Bears team as a whole. So I was very excited about that. But the one thing that did come back in my mind was Karan Amagaji was the one getting pushed back towards Caleb that forced Caleb to step up. We didn't see that as much from Ozzie Trapillo. We didn't see that as much from Braxton Jones today, who had his struggles as well. To me, Braxton is just – he still looks like Braxton.
For people to understand, I just remember Karan's whole little interview.
Yeah.
Relax.
Hey,
I watched it. He said it. He said it.
That man had his eyes low. Did the Suge Knight hand rub. It was like, and the quarterback over here touching on me. My boy, you ain't gonna make the team. I'm just letting you know right now. Every time I hear his name, I'm like, oh, that boy cut. That boy cut. That's a bad pick right there.
Yeah. Nah, listen, bad tackles usually end up becoming guards at some point. I expect that to be kind of the path for Karan in the league, at least at this point. But we'll see. But listen, boys, I said it at the top. I don't think I've ever said this. The O-line looked ahead of the D-line, except for Grady Jarrett. I told you, 40%, 100% of Grady Jarrett, 40% of the time might still be a problem. Grady Jarrett and Joe Tooney went at it today. It was like two gorillas fighting in a phone booth.
Ooh, okay.
Oh my God, it was beautiful.
All right,
it was beautiful. Right. Yeah, I mean, back alley brawl. It was just like just going at it,
he's a big French guy.
It was Grady moving Tooney, but Tooney holding his own. So in that capacity, right, Tooney wins that rep. But just seeing it was just like, my God, what you just had to go through to win that rep. Like it was pretty cool to see. But outside of that, the O-line dominating the D-line, at least at this point, boys, this is the kind of team we've been begging for 25 years. 30.
I mean,
that's why I have Kyle as my rookie pick, not because
Manungai,
Big Manungai.
Yeah, not because I'm gonna be honest with you. I was, looking at Colston, thinking he's gonna be the guy. I mean, you just saw how I raved about how Ben Johnson used Laporta, so I'm expecting him to show up and show out. But if we have a good O line, and he uses him at the same way he used Sonic and Knuckles in Detroit, Kyle gonna get some reps. Kyle gonna get some touches. Kyle gonna make some plays. And listen, I know it's not the exact same. I know I know our RB room is very questionable as opposed to any other position on the team. I mean, I got some big questions.
You always got questions.
I got questions.
No, it's questionable. I mean, it's probably like the most questionable part of the Chicago Bears at this point. We done fixed everything else to a certain degree, but Kyle could come in and do some work.
Yeah,
he can come in and really shine. And again, when you talk about value for the pick, if he comes in and gives you 5 touchdowns season,
it's a good start.
5 touchdowns,
not as a running back 1-2.
Or what? 7th rounder?
Yeah.
Let's say 600 yards, 300 receiving, 5 touchdowns.
Oh, I'll take that.
I'm tingling.
If he's not the starter, I'll take
that. Not as a starter. That's really good work. I'm just saying. I'm putting the numbers low, but 7th rounder, that's a standout for me. But that's again for value for draft position.
Yeah, but going back to the O-line, I love the fact that they beat out the D-line. We started wondering whether or not it looked like it was going to be this way, but we had to wait until the pads actually came on. Because I know, according to what you even said, Pat, it looked like, they were holding their own, without the pads, but, it's going to matter when it comes time for that to happen. And so it actually looked good. And again, that's why I say, when you put your money, that's usually where things are going to thrive. You put money into the problem, that's probably going to work out.
Yeah.
You got an all-pro at left guard. You got a really good top center that was on the market in Drew Dahlman. You have a Jonah Jackson who's a reclamation project who probably is going to be good because I believe Ben Johnson knows that he's going to be as good as he was in Detroit. You got those guys, Darnell Wright, Ozzie Trapillo being the tallest guy on earth. Like, these guys are probably going to be really, really good together. Yeah. And it showed it and showed up and showed out today. So really impressed with that.
Very excited by it. Go ahead, Ringo.
Just echoing what JC said, like I was gonna say, you get what you pay for.
Yeah,
you get what you pay for.
What you pay for.
I mean, I really didn't expect anything less. I mean, you got a Super Bowl champion on the offensive line. I mean, Drew Dahlman basically. Come on, like Ben Johnson got all the guys he wanted this offseason.
Yeah,
every single guy he wanted that they went out and got. So now it's literally like if the rest of these guys come together, he's looking at it like, hey, we might have a special unit now. Going back to the question that the chat asked earlier, who's gonna be the best rookie? I'm still taking Colston Loveland just because, dude. If Cole Kmet is on one side of me and you have to worry about him, I'm literally getting whatever that other safety matchup is, whatever that is. Oh, that's weak. Yeah. That's weak. I'm either burning him or running straight past him. So those reps that you saw Isaiah likely get, or those catches that you saw Isaiah likely get, Colston Loveland is probably going to exceed that or do way better than that.
Yeah,
in my opinion, if I'm just being honest, but in terms of the O line versus the D line, you absolutely get what you pay for, and the fact that Grady Jarrett is back there, bro, that's it's just different.
It's crazy to see. Now you got to see it when it's real life situation and what we actually see versus Miami. Miami will be very telling, but it's one of those things where just seeing it today, it was just like, oh god, that's terrifying. don't hurt me, sir. I enjoy living life. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do, man. Let's finish it out with this, boys, as we are did just cross over 300 in the chat. 300. Brisker set his goal for this season. And I know he hears the noise. We see him on Twitter or X or whatever, and we see, what he kind of how he is calling out the people that have doubted him. He's saying, look, y'all can doubt me all you want. I'm going to tell you this right now. This is what it's going to be. The part that I love about that, though, is what he said today was very self-aware. His goal is not, I want to go out there, I want to get 10 picks. His goal is not, I want to go out there, I want to force 15 fumbles. Those are probably goals. He said, my goal is to play 21 games. Now, yet again, I think setting the standard of this team, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, I tweeted this out earlier, but when you see how they talk about how these guys are talking at the podium, it is literally just everything that Ben Johnson is saying. This is a very Patriots press conferences that we are getting here. Yeah, I mean, it's very much just, I'm going to tell you everything the coach says, and then I'm going to just deflect. But I love that the goal is, and I know every team has the goal of making the Super Bowl. It doesn't seem realistic to most teams when they're in there, right? A lot of times you get we got a long way to go. We got some things to build up. But, of course, our goal every year is championship. That's not how Ben Johnston's moving. I love that that's not how Brisker's moving. I love the self-awareness of, hey, I'm not there yet. My biggest goal right now is to play every single game this season that I can play and prove that I can stay on this football field. Listen, as much as we talk about it, right? I think me and Kid were talking about it when we did the simulation. We said he plays 80% of the season, I'm paying him. Right? Drew said you got to play 90% of the season. Brisker's talking 100%. And I know everybody wants to play every game, but that is a lofty goal. Anything could happen in football. So I thought it was just a very self-aware moment from Jaquan Brisker today at setting what his goal is for the season, it being, I just want to play every game.
Yeah, I when I was listening to him, earlier, the one thing I thought about is like, I believe it was last year. Jalen Johnson came in. They asked him, y'all asked Jalen Johnson some questions. Hey, I know everybody is talking about the noise. I want to get this, and this year. I have to do this. This is what I have to do to get paid like a top corner.
Yep.
Literally, I think that was very verbatim of basically what we heard last year from Jalen Johnson. And the thing is too, like I don't think, now I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that he's gonna play 100% of the season. I think 80 is just fine. The one thing that I wanted to get to is, well, one before that, stop asking him about the Guardian cap. That was like one of the toughest no's I have ever seen in my, like, 3 times. No. I'm not doing.
There was a lot of Guardian cap questions.
Listen, if he is excited about the way they're going to utilize him this year, literally right after that presser, I went and I had to think, and I looked this up. Jamal Adams, when he was in Seattle, 1 year, I think he had like 8 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
If they're talking about utilizing him in that fashion, this it might get scary. If he gives me the 80% of the reps, this might get scary.
100%. Because
this might get scary.
I love when Brisker got drafted. People don't remember this. Me and J-Mac started calling him Dove Brisker because he told Flus, he said, "I want you to use me everywhere." And so J-Mac was like, yeah, hey, like a bar of soap, man. You got to cover everything like a bar of soap. Dub Brisker, that's his nickname. And then we never saw him get utilized in that manner. We saw him blitz, right, the 1 year, and he led the team in sacks. I think he had 4. But then we never really saw him get utilized like that again. He also wasn't as healthy, but he became more of kind of like a stay-in-the-back box safety type of player.
Yeah.
I think he's so much more than that. I do think that he is a honey badger type of player. I do think that he is a you mentioned a Jamal Adams type of player where you could be used all over the field. So, listen, how Dennis Allen is going to use him, we're going to see it this season because he's essentially going to be that third linebacker.
And the crazy thing is, you could see the one thing I love that I really want y'all to pay attention to. Look at how excited he was when he was just like, "Oh yeah, man, Dennis Allen, I'm finally getting used.
Yeah,
I'm finally getting used." So you could tell that he's ready to be in those rooms, to be in those conversations, and just like we talked about Luther Burden. Jaquan Brisker getting those extra plays. He also said he was in the book as well. So I'm excited to see what comes out of this, and I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
One of the things that you mentioned is how much the locker room connects with him, right? And we've seen so many vets say that certain people you just can't get rid of. You should move. And you really should get those opportunities. And a lot of times when you see those like glue people, they're always talking about somebody who don't play. like you got your for lack of a better example in the NFL, you got your Udonis Haslams out there, vets that just don't get no tick, right? Stuff like that. But when you have it in a young guy, it's like you really build around that and you really give him the best opportunity. And so now for him to be on a team that has a retooled defense, I don't know if we want to say better, but definitely retooled. But I would say better from the sense of I trust this coaching staff more.
Trust DA a lot more.
I trust DA a lot more. Not to say that Matt Eberflus is a defensive coordinator. Great. I mean, he's a great DC. That's bad head coach, great DC.
Yeah.
But you trust Dennis Allen, and you really do trust how they can put people in position. And that's been the theme for my commentary this entire day. Is like they are putting people in the proper position. So I think because of that, and because they can buy into it, he will be out there more. I just feel like that's going to be the thing. Like you will see players who show up more, be excited to show up more, be willing to give it all and put it all on the line in ways that, they probably weren't feeling up to before. I mean, it was rumors last season that he probably could have came back, but what was it? The Eberflus flu?
What is it? I mean, that was
flu.
really our rumor.
It was.
I said, I don't know, man. He looked healthy to me.
You look healthy to you, right? You
did look healthy. Yeah.
I mean, but when you got some people who, like, we've all been there, and I've said it plenty of times before, when you're in a situation where you don't trust anybody in leadership right there, you're not amped to go back up and put your body on the line and do things like that. You're not. Yeah. We wouldn't do that for our regular jobs, right? And we don't put ourselves in those positions. Why would they do that to themselves to potentially get hurt just to get smacked at the crib every time? And so now I'm like, really, I see that. I see his goals. And I think ultimately we're going to get the best version of him because not only is the team better, but the leadership is better and everyone can rally around that. So I'm excited for his goals and I think that he can hit them.
Same here. I am always been a fan of Jaquan. I already told you, football player, no matter what, man, always puts his essentially his body on the line for the team. Like that's the kind of guy you want because the locker room, the players, even the organization, they can feed off of that type of energy, that type of character. And so when you have him back, hopefully again, he's able to play a full season. What that looks like, does that mean 17 games? Does that mean 14, 15, whatever the case may be? Hopefully it does because, I would want him to be around here for a long time. I mean, he is a huge fan favorite, but he's also one of the better safeties in the league, in my opinion, when he's on the field. And that's the only thing is the availability has to be there this year. He's got to be consistent with that because when he's on the field, he impacts the game in so many different ways that not many can. And so that's what I'm expecting from Jaquan because, as you mentioned, even with people like Grady Jarrett, when you get 100% of him 40% of the time, I feel like because you have so many talented people around Jaquan, maybe there isn't a need to I don't know. I don't want to say do too much because Jaquan's going to do what he's going to do. And he's going to play the way he's going to play. So he's not going to scale off on being aggressive. I'm not saying that. But hopefully the health factor, it stays good because you have all of these other talented players that can dominate in front of him so he doesn't have to necessarily put his body on the line as many times.
And if we're being honest, I mean, like it may be that Jaquan is that player that brings everybody else up. I pointed this out multiple times, right? The run game fell off. Everybody always says, well, Andrew Billings got hurt. The run game was bad when Andrew Billings was in there. The run game fell off after Jaquan Brisker was gone. Once you lost Jaquan, it was like, well, I ain't worried about nothing in the backfield.
Yep.
I'm not worried about how this is. You know I mean, like we gonna run this football every play, and I think that's more of a. I don't know if it was him impacting the play per se, but I think Jaquan was the one that was maintaining the standard. And while Jalen is a phenomenally talented player, you know, we saw the standard fall off. We saw Jalen Johnson make a tackle into the end zone because it was done. The season's over. Y'all finna score this touchdown. Let me get up off this field. Like we saw that on the field. And so like those moments I think are the ones where you kind of look at the guys like Jaquan Brisker and you say, look, I say Jaquan is like an Akeem Hicks. When Akeem wasn't out there, you could tell the heart of the defense was gone. That's how it feels like when you've got Jaquan out on the field. And so hopefully we see him out there. I would love to see him out there 21 games. I think he's, like I said, a phenomenal player. And I want to see him accomplish his goal because I don't want to see him go nowhere. Listen, I know one thing. There's going to be turnover on this team, and your favorite Bear is probably not going to be here. Jaquan Brisker is probably my favorite Bear.
I think sometimes the availability thing is overblown just because of certain situations. Like, you know, me and you spoke when we say, hey, if he plays 80% of a season, you pay that man, right? 80% of a season is 14 games.
Yeah.
It's 82%. First 2 seasons, he played 15, 88%. So he's been 88%, and then he gets injured. He comes back and plays 14, 15 games. For the most part, he's been relatively healthy. Excuse me. Don't know why I had a stroke there. Compared to his contemporaries. I think it's kind of one of those things like if we might look back at that and be like, we kind of overstated that a little bit. Like injuries are injuries, that happens, but it's like for the most part.
I mean, Jaquan missed. I think the thing with Jaquan was he missed all of camp the first year because he had surgery, because he got hurt the first week of preseason. Didn't come back until I think game 3 or 4 of the season.
And then played the rest of the season.
And then played the rest of the season. The second season was, I forget what happened to him. I think it was a hamstring. Oh, no, he broke his hand. I think he broke his hand. Or that was Kyler, one of them.
Oh, no, yeah, he did break his hand.
Yeah, and
still played 15 games.
He still played 15 games. But it is about being able to play at your peak. But I agree with you, you know, and no, he had the concussions. Like that's what it was. He was getting concussions and missing games in that second season. I think he had 2 in the second season. But the big thing with Jaquan is going to be availability on the field. I think last year is not indicative of who he is in the long run, but it's a lot of concussions. He's got the same amount of concussions as Tua. Now, he ain't been throwing up gang signs on the field.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big difference.
But I mean, like,
it's a big difference between incapacitated and then.
It's still trauma to the brain. You know, he had a concussion and never came back from it till this season. Like, that's a long time to have a concussion. So it's one of them things where, you know, you hope that he's able to play. I would love to have him here. And it's also about when he's available, right? Like, you could play all year. Let's say he plays 15 games this year and he gets hurt at the end of the season with another concussion and he misses the entire playoffs if we make the playoffs. Like, then you got to have that conversation. Is he going to be available for me in the playoffs? Is he going to be somebody we can use when we need him at our most? I love to have him in the season, but when we go out here and need him in the most important moments, is he on the field? Like, those are questions that you do have to ask yourself. So it's all about the timing of it, too. But, hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. As always, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Excuse me, I had a stroke. Y'all know what to do. Choked up, man, that this works so well. For the pettiest man alive, Mr. P. Kid, Mr. Media himself, George J.C., the man formerly known as Ringo J. Stefan Don. It is your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down. One love. Peace. Oh, man, I didn't load in the little thing that hides us at the end while we talk. We just
do we get a high?
Oh God!
Hey, I just want y'all to know. I'm gonna buy my Shedeur Sanders jersey soon because apparently that boy is cooking.
Oh yeah, you do that. We can still see you, Ringo. Ringo said, "I can't move that far." Avenge me!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!